we'll be silly.
No.
I'm happy to be silly.
Yeah.
Dean, I don't give a flying flip if it's Dylan Moore. You sit your ass at the Shabbos table till 10 o'clock and then you can go do your thing. Ben Key, you can choose anything.
Yeah.
I know.
No, we need a forward.
We need a forward.
I might wait, hold on. I'm not talking. Ben Keys.
Yeah.
What? Why?
I've actually heard the only thing less likely than a North Melbourne win is Chase making a sale at work.
What's that? Max?
Backs. Yeah.
Mids, forwards.
Harry? Ooh, Adams, 89.
Welcome back to the podcast, Toss and Toss, Season 5, Episode 18. Back from a long hiatus. I believe it's been 5 weeks, no podcast. The fans have been saying, where's the podcast? I need my footy fix every week. And there's been silence, radio silence from the Toss and Toss boys. But we're here to respond. Back on the airways, talking footy. And it's a late record, Dean. 7:45 arrival. Had a quick nap before. Had a bit of coffee as well. Yeah, to make sure I was alert for this podcast, because back in Melbourne, back in the winter month of August, and it gets dark, very early. So had to prepare myself for the lack of melatonin walking outside. But here we are. Dean, how are you?
I'm good. In regards to you two, bit of all bark, no bite.
How's that?
What about the off-season content or the travels?
I push for it every term / semester, and I reckon you two are neither of you guys are fans of it. I've come up with ideas, and it's just never gone through the group chat.
Yeah,
gone past the group chat, I should say.
We always get the ball rolling. Obviously, you guys were away for much longer than I was, and in areas which would have probably produced some great content, but we always talk about it, but nothing ever occurs. And then I have fans coming up to me like, oh, is the pod still happening? Like, Chase, what's going on?
Yeah, well, I think, yes, in hindsight, maybe we could have planned some stuff, but going into the trip, I'd only really finished planning the trip 5 days into the trip. So
You did
I was under a lot of duress the week before I had left, and whilst I was away as well, on the move quite a bit. And I thought about it realistically, like I was never really going to have any time to plan or do some stuff. And it is brought up amongst us, but I was quite happy as well to check out of footy for a bit. I still watched a lot of footy, no doubt, but I was happy to just be an observer rather than opinionist and sit back and just let the footy play out. And then when I come back here, we get to August, big boy month, the month of ladder predictors. I'm happy to now make some content.
Also, when you go to places like Croatia, it's the equivalent of standing outside the MCG after a game and interviewing fans. So this is a bunch of Aussies. You wouldn't have gotten anything too exciting or funny or unexpected. But yeah, I feel like we could have done some other places.
Interesting. It's not over. We will be back somewhere. Masharim, that's not the end of our overseas
Next
content.
year in Masharim.
Yeah, next year in Manchester. I was thinking of going there.
I liked your airport little questions Q&A.
Yeah, but it's all D's and stuff.
Hey, I
Yeah,
just
but
asked
we
questions.
needed an
They all
emergency
asked me.
one after the
We
D's
should have got like
game.
a back-to-back going, because when you were at the airport as well answering those questions, I would just go into the airport
Yeah,
as well.
true. We should have.
So
True, yeah,
Yeah,
ask Brodie.
I was thinking about it, like, I'm just going to sleep.
They all just asked questions about the Ds. I was happy to answer other questions, but in Singapore for 9 hours was a bit bored, so had to figure something out. Thankfully, Cody got us into the lounge, which was great. We stayed there the whole time. But Dean, you've been in Australia. You were away in Port Douglas, but you've been, I guess, in the loop of footy. How's it been? Can you sum up the last few weeks that we've been away? Has it been mundane as it was before, or has it ramped up a bit?
You guys have not missed a single thing. I think it's been one of the most uneven competitions in years. It's been lopsided. It's been boring. The top 9 versus bottom 9. We've seen that stat that it's 34-1 since round 14, which is probably when you guys went away, meaning you haven't missed one single upset. And I think
Did you say we haven't missed a single upset?
Not a big one.
Yeah, what?
Even
what have I missed?
that one was Freo Sydney at the SCG.
Wait, yeah, what are you alluding
St
to?
Kilda against D's. I understand going into the game, but 3/4 time.
Yeah, I mean that was an incredible finish and
True. I wouldn't
upset.
call it an upset,
but
but
not really an important upset. Like the result doesn't really matter in the
But
grand
it's still
scheme
an
of things.
incredible
Yeah,
comeback. But in terms of
Final
like,
Gold Coast is also a great game.
It was.
there have been some good games. I think Hawthorn Adelaide was a great game for the spectator, but I just think close games attract fans, and that's why we watch the game. And whenever there's a close game of footy, there's so much more talk on group chats, in the media, like Instagram, anywhere, at work in general, and it just hasn't had that vibe in Melbourne. Like, you saw what the Melbourne St Kilda game did to everyone. Like, everyone all of a sudden was like loving footy again. Maybe not you, Chase, but in terms of speaking about it, like there was a passion. I just feel like we've become routine. Like, I'll still consume the same amount of content, but it's just a bit, like, I don't know. It's very.
It's also the most
mundane.
Yeah, probably the most boring time as well. You know, you're 4 weeks ago, you were just over halfway through the season. It doesn't mean too much in terms of positioning at this point compared to the end of the year, and you know the excitement that obviously builds at the start of the season. I think we'll start to get the excitement back within the next 1 to 2 weeks with the ladder tightening up.
I think so. I think the next few weeks, is going to really be interesting, and I think saving the entertainment for this month and obviously finals as well, because there's a lot of very important matchups that are going to ultimately decide the makeup of the top 8 and the top 4. So that is definitely very exciting. I think the issue with this season has been it's been quite predictable and quite similar to last season as well, bar a few teams falling and jumping like Adelaide. Everything else has kind of been fair enough, predictable. Collingwood maybe as well has been a bit of a surprise, but I mean, you look at all the teams in the bottom 9 and you're like, that makes sense that they're down there. And like even Port Adelaide dropping, fair enough. You know, Ken Hinckley's this is last year. There's not much vigor in their team. And then the teams in the top 9 now, like Western Bulldogs, Giants, Freo, they're kind of all in the same place they were last year, even Brisbane and Geelong. So when things are not really changing, then I think we also have a consensus that it is a little bit of a boring season. But I think we're going to see now with some very important games this weekend in the next 3, I believe, 4 rounds to go. 3 rounds to go. We're going to start season entertainment. So I think we're back at the right time. One of the teams I just mentioned, Geelong, I feel like they're taking the piss a little bit at the moment. They kind of just go about their footy as if they know they're going to win already. Like the way they play at GMHBA, they just know that they're going to win. They can take the piss. Jeremy Cameron's on 75 goals at the moment. 3 games to go. Can he kick 100 goals in the home and away season and or the final series?
He's got Essendon, Sydney and Richmond. So I don't know how he's going to go against Sydney at the SCG, but Essendon and Richmond, he could kick bags.
He actually could kick 10 against each of Essendon and Richmond.
And they're going to look for him as well.
100%.
Yeah, they'll be forcing it. But it's crazy to think that what if Geelong make the grand final and he kicks his 100th in the grand final? You can't have.
So hypothetically, that's a good question.
You can't.
Not
in the grand final.
It's
Well, when you say you can't, who's saying that? Like the AFL are going to send a message?
Well, I don't. Also, it's a lot of corporate that go to the less fans as well. It's I feel like it's a bit less intimate.
But even a normal final to restart play after 20 minutes.
Yeah, it feels pretty messed up.
I think I think you'll get it.
You think you will? 20? What is it? So if they hypothetically they win the first round, then they go to the
let's just
prelim, grand
hypothetically
final.
the
So he's
next
got
3
6 games.
What do you reckon he'll be on at the end of the home and away season?
At least 90.
90.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So
Finals are hard.
Yeah, finals are hard. But let's say he needs 10 goals. He needs 10 goals within finals. Yeah, it'd be crazy if it was a grand final. Like, what happens?
I don't know. Hopefully,
Because when is the next time we're going to see someone kick 100 in a season? Maybe Darcy? I don't know.
I could see Darcy kicking 100 goals in a season.
It's been 16 years? 2009,
It
2008?
was 2018.
Yeah,
Your
buddy.
boy?
17.
Franklin and Favola was on 99
Yeah.
that year.
And
no one's
Hawthorn
gotten
double
close.
teamed him.
Yeah, that was so dog. No one's gotten close since as well.
No.
All right, quick yes or no. Does he reach it?
Yeah, I want to say it happen. Unless it's
No.
Okay, I think he will. I think he'll kick like 9 and 10 against Richmond.
Just
and
think about Buddy's game where everyone stormed the field and how long it took for the game to start again. The players had to go back to the rooms, warm up. I know there was only like 5 minutes left and they'd already beat Geelong, but it's still crazy to think what could happen.
Yeah, shifting focus just to
Players almost got lost as well.
They did.
Imagine
They
if you're
did.
just outside the
who
ground
were the
on
two
grand
guys
final
outside the
day.
It
ground?
was Chad
Warner and Florence.
Yeah, just walking around in their boots.
Like grand final day, you just see someone.
yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I reckon there'd probably be measures to stop it. I'm just looking at some other teams in the top 8 who have been dealt some harsh injury blows. Hawthorn, Freo, and the Giants losing Will Day, Hayden Young, and Jesse Hogan respectively to injuries that they've had before. Will Day again suffering a foot fracture. There's been pundits out there saying that the Hawks, you can now rule them out of the flag race. Do you buy into that, Dean?
Well, I never really had us as high as other people did when we were premiership favourites. I thought that was very premature. And last year I saw us as overachieving, whereas this year I see us as exactly where we should be in this timeline with this playing group, which isn't contending for a flag, I think. I think it's more just getting into finals. And if we get 14 or 15 wins and miss out on finals, then so be it. It's the same amount of wins as we had last year. I think without Day and Josh Weddle, I don't see how we could win a grand final, especially with some of our other guys just not as productive as they have been in the past. But, yeah, Day's just one of those guys, you can't even quantify his impact. Like, he just makes everyone walk taller and stronger, and he's an incredible leader, and it's a big loss.
Yeah.
So it's not a good injury, the foot.
Yeah, no, it's navicular.
It's not the
So what?
Navicular.
the N-word.
Yes, it's
The
borderline N-word. I don't know if
And it's not the S word though.
syndesmosis, yeah. Well, Jesse Hogan, I don't know if it is navicular, but I know it's a foot complaint, and he's had the navicular fracture before. That's ruled him out for a while.
Where is the navicular fracture?
It's like on the top of the foot, like near the ankle.
Show the
Like
camera.
yeah, well, I'm not going to get my foot up here. I'll just show Brodie. I think it's like around here.
Ugh.
Yeah, on the top. So I haven't had a
Right where
navicular
you
injury.
drop the footy. onto your-
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, stress fracture is he got
Oh.
stood on. Yeah.
So
how
they
does
have
that
they haven't
even work?
confirmed they haven't confirmed
How does that work?
if he got stood on or if it was like a stress injury. But I do want to see some of the commentators apologise for calling it cramps. Bit of accountability.
Crazy. Dean, on Friday night, I went to go lie on the couch at around 7 o'clock, get myself ready for a big game. Friday night was Hawks v Adelaide. Very, very excited. I hadn't watched a full game of footy in like 5-6 weeks. And then I wake up the next day at 7:30 in the morning. So I'd like you to quickly summarise what happened. Is it safe to say that Adelaide are the real deal? What can we expect going into finals?
Yeah, I had an interesting watch myself, obviously it being Shabbos, and when I watch the footy I want to be fully locked in, so turned the phone off, told the table, don't tell me, and then Shabbos went till about 10:45,
God.
so game's over, me, Dad, Zach come home, and it's 11 and we're all like so tired, and we're like, okay, we'll watch from the second half. So we're putting the first half in like times 36 speed. So like you're quickly watching, like we go up by 30 and then Adelaide go up, and
Imagine you guys screaming as well when it's all happening.
no, I don't know. We were so tired.
Oh, no, they came back. Oh, no.
Like, I don't know. We were all just tired. Like, I just wanted to go to bed. And then second half, just takeaways. Adelaide were very strong at home. I thought we missed a few chances goal kicking wise. I don't blame the 4 tools. I don't think it worked, but I don't think it didn't work. Massimo missed an easy one at the end, which would have brought us within 5. Connor McDonald was running in, took a snap. So you kick those. You need to take your chances when you're away. But Adelaide look good. They look really good. I wouldn't put them ahead of Collingwood or Brisbane, but put them right there. They're very strong guys.
Yes.
Very tall. Their tall forwards are all your big hulking.
We mentioned they were the strong guys of the league.
Yes,
that's why Chase
they
had
could
them
take
in
down the gorilla.
Hey, yeah, I was onto this early. I was onto this very early.
Gee, Rankin as well. We quelled him, and then you let him get 1 inch, and he just kills you. That goal he kicked at the end was freakish.
Yeah.
It's you just knew he's going to kick that. It's such a hard goal.
I mean, I put it under Doss's deliberation. Can Adelaide win the flag? They have less finals experience than some of the other teams like Geelong, Collingwood and Brisbane in the top 4. It's their first time in the top 8 since 2017 when they lost the grand final. I feel like I ask questions about this team every year and I end up being wrong. But can they genuinely win the premiership this year?
I think so. I don't know. I don't really know what they're missing. You want to bring in Michaelini and Butts and Rochelle probably, but I don't know if they all make a huge impact.
I'm not convinced with these interstate teams when it comes to playing at the G, especially when they're versing a Victorian team. We've seen it twice with Sydney. We saw it with Adelaide in 2017. They shit the bed early on. I don't know if they're capable.
Yeah, that's my theory as well.
It's a bit of a curse.
Yeah.
Brisbane obviously are an exception. They were
the
competitive
thing is-
both games, but yeah, there's something in it.
Yeah, I can see Adelaide winning both home if they finish top
Yeah.
2, winning both finals. But grand final day is just a completely different. It's a completely different game. It's not just another game of footy. You saw the way Sydney have crumbled under the pressure the last 2 times they've been there. That wasn't the Sydney of that year. That was just a completely different team that just didn't know how to handle the biggest stage. And Adelaide, Tex Walker's been there. Alex Neil-Bullen has won a premiership. Other than that, they don't have too many players who've even played finals. So I'm just not quite sure that they would beat a Geelong or a Collingwood or a Brisbane at the MCG on grand final day. So I'm still going to reserve their premiership chances, but I will say that I think they will be there. I think they will finish top 2 and win the first 2, win the qualifying and win the prelim. But yeah, just want to touch on Hawthorn. You mentioned the big 4, the 4 forwards. Come across my desk yesterday. Actually, may have been today. No, it was today. Mitch Lewis. There's some rumours about potential inquiry from Melbourne about Mitch Lewis's services.
Wow.
So I just want to put a hypothetical, because there was also an article this morning about Christian Petrarca and Hawthorn being the ideal suitor for him. So hypothetical trade, Christian Petrarca for Mitch Lewis and pick 7. Yes or no?
Sure. I'd do that.
You do it?
Yeah.
Really?
Why wouldn't you?
I think for Petrarca, we'd have to give 7 and, a late first? How old's he? 29?
He's 29. I believe 30 next year,
So
maybe? How old's Mitch Lewis?
he's 26.
And
So in 8 years, he's played 73 games. I've always been a fan of Mitch Lewis, but his one flaw has been staying on the park. So if it means you have to give up him, get Petrarca, and still have Chol and Deer to lead you into the future and maybe another year of Gunston in his twilight, I'd do that. I don't see... We're the only team this year who hasn't played a first-year player. We haven't played a
first year.
debutant.
Yeah, really.
So who's to say this debutant next year would get into our team? You never know. So obviously it's not just about next year, but I think Petrarca gives us that A grade mid forward who we're missing. And yeah, wow. To see Petrarca in Hawthorn colours would be cool.
He wouldn't suit those colours. Not at all.
I was thinking about you guys. Like, a lot of people wanted to know your thoughts about Melbourne, Chase.
Yeah.
And it just brings me back to when you lost to Collingwood this year. I told you at that time.
What did you tell me?
That was the moment. Like, that was your season gone. Like, that loss.
Yeah, it really took everything out of it.
And it really has. Like, you guys have nothing left.
Yeah.
But you obviously there are previous moments, being the Brayshaw retirement, the Petrarca injury, like all those little flashpoints, but now it's just reached a point of no return, really.
I wouldn't say point of no return. I don't think.
Well, with this group.
Yes, to an extent, yes. And I've definitely come around to the fact that I think Simon Goodwin, there's using my brain and using my heart, my head and my heart. My brain says that he has been a good coach, but is no longer a good coach. And Melbourne need the change because they need someone to come in who doesn't have this delusion of a premiership list. Like, they were premiership players, but this is not a premiership list anymore. And for Goodwin to continually reference, like, oh, we weren't good in 2019 and then we responded, and we weren't good here and then we responded, like, well, that means you can just always use the excuse when we're shit, we're going to be good again. It's like, I just don't like the way he goes about it. And ultimately, like, Simon Goodwin is an AFL legend, in the Hall of Fame, 2-time premiership player, premiership coach, multiple Australians, I believe, like, unbelievable player. Go out and don't ruin your legacy. Like, at the moment, he's just a laughing stock. Like, everyone just sees past, even the Melbourne fans, they just see past everything he says. So Melbourne need change. It's been very difficult to follow the side in recent years, and I just think we do need a fresh start, and I've come around to that. So I'd be hoping that there's a fresh start come 2026.
How many people do you think was at the West Coast game, Brodie? West Coast Melbourne at the G, Saturday afternoon. Marvel. Sorry. I don't even
know.
Was it less than 20?
They wouldn't put the official attendance on the AFL website.
They wrote TBC. They didn't want to report it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there was that many. I wouldn't have been.
Would have hit some lows.
Chase was at Marvel, but it wasn't for the Melbourne game.
Yeah, went to the North Saints game. Well, I was still recovering I was a bit sick, so didn't want to head out. But yeah, went to the North Saints game.
Quick recovery.
I mean, I just need that one more sleep.
Especially when you see your boss at the game.
Yeah, so I had to come to work today. Cool. Hawks, all that. Speaking of St Kilda, and we spoke about the Melbourne Saints game, I feel like we have to speak about Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera. He's probably the hottest name in footy at the moment. Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera, is he playing for St Kilda next year?
Why wouldn't you go to Adelaide?
Adelaide, you reckon?
He's from Adelaide, yeah?
Yeah.
He's from Adelaide. Adelaide, they've proven they're contenders. You know, they will finish top 4 this season. And if they're going to put out a ridiculous offer, why wouldn't you take it? You know, I don't see St Kilda having much of a future. If you're going to stay loyal, then it's going to take a long, long time. And, you know, I feel like there's also been a lot of pressure from media saying who's the next $2 million player. Everyone's predicting it'll be Naz most likely or Darcy. And I think that pressure will actually get to clubs and force them to put an offer down for him. So, you know, if Adelaide are going to offer that, then why wouldn't he take it?
Yes, I just didn't know that Adelaide were really in contention of getting him, because I know he's obviously good friends with Burgoyne and Horne-Francis.
Is that because they don't have the assets? Or?
Well, Port don't either. What do Port have?
I think
their picks way higher than Adelaide.
No, I don't think they have that pick. They gave it to Gold Coast.
They don't have a first round pick.
Which is crazy because they traded Houston. I'm not even sure how that... What do they get?
I don't know, but also like the cap space do Adelaide have that cap room, and what would they?
I think they do
We gave
now.
them, what did we give them? We gave them a future,
It was a three-way trade.
and I'm having a blank. Who is now playing for Port? Joe.
Well,
Joe
Richards
Richards.
and Atkins as well went there,
A future
who just
pickup.
retired. I think he stays at St Kilda. I just think it's too difficult for him to, how is Adelaide or Port Adelaide going to come with a fair enough trade? Like, they would have to trade. They'd have to trade the next 3 first-round
Saints
draft
will have
picks.
to give him $2 million then.
But
They can.
does it matter what
Yeah, they can.
they can offer? Like most times when a player requests a trade, it ends up getting done. Especially that he's
Yes,
out of
but you
contract.
only will
You're not
request
going to
a
walk
trade.
into the
You
draft.
only will request a trade if you know you can leave. Like Christian Majarka didn't officially request a trade. That Clary as well. He didn't officially request
Yeah.
a trade because it couldn't get done. So it rarely you get the Tom Papley situation where you request a trade and it doesn't get done.
Joe Danaher, Josh Dunkley, to name a couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he stays for 2 years, especially just seeing the Saints fans on the weekend. They were all given signs saying, "We love you, Naz." At first I thought it was a little group of people, but all the fans heading into the game were given signs. Like, his status at St Kilda has reached that
Well, the
Cripps of
fan- the
Carlton,
fans would
Dacos
make
of
it.
Collingwood level. No, but in terms of when he got the ball and the hype for a very boring game with little to no atmosphere, whenever Wanganeen Miller got the ball, you knew he had the ball.
Yeah,
He's got his own song.
they fully glazed him. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Like, that's all they got, really.
Yeah, also, yeah, it's like, yeah.
They got that and Sinclair's Calves, and that's about
Crazy.
it. And the Flying Viking.
Yeah.
He'll be good.
I reckon Philippou will get there as well.
Yeah, but when's he going to play?
Yeah, we'll see.
Nah, he'll play. Max
Right.
Hall, he's a good player.
He's a good player. Garcia was so annoying on Harry.
Yes, just on Houston as well. The trade, almost representing Collingwood at the moment a little bit. Very good player, but out of form a touch. Brodie, are you getting a little bit concerned with Collingwood's form heading into the finals?
Well, I was concerned in 23, and then, we all know how that ended. I think if we're going to lose, I would want it to happen closer towards finals, not so much now, because then there's a greater build-up of pressure. I'm not too worried. I do think we have a tough couple of games coming up with Hawthorn, and then we've also got Adelaide. So, we've got to win them to get those home finals. I think that's really important. And I'm not too worried yet. Brisbane are very good. They show that they're probably one of the best in the league at the moment. But too early still.
Yes, definitely too early. I wouldn't be too worried if I were you. I think ultimately you just got to win that first week of finals. If you're in the top 4, win that first week of finals.
Yeah, but we don't want to go in with like a 4-game losing streak. You
No,
got
you don't. But you'll
break
beat
it up.
Melbourne in the last round to give you form, regardless. I'm just going to touch back to what I said very early in the season about the way Collingwood are playing, and I think I noticed that against Brisbane, that they were a little bit starved of scoring options. We know Collingwood have probably been the best defensive team this season, but a lot of down-the-line footy, not utilising guys like Dan Houston to break the game open. At the moment, Houston's he's kind of just floating around. Collingwood don't really use him. He doesn't get much of the ball. I'm not exactly sure what the sell was. Like, when Craig McRae interviews Dan Houston, says, "Come to the footy club, you're going to be this for us." Like, what was that he was planning if this is the way that Collingwood are going to utilise him? And I think the fact that Collingwood have been very good this year and they've been winning means that they haven't really had to address it. Now, given they've lost 3 of the last 4, I think it's something that they need to address, because Dan Houston ultimately is, back-to-back All-Australian halfback, and with the luxury of being able to put Josh Dacos in the midfield, you've got to have a look at Dan Houston patrolling the back half, being the quarterback at Collingwood. Let's not be silly. Welcome back to the segment. I am still a little bit I don't really know what to say with my Let's Not Be Silly. I want to go to Dean and Brodie first, and then I'll have a think about my Let's Not Be Silly.
He's always got it up on notes.
Yeah,
I actually don't have notes this time. Just checking the fixture because St Kilda, their next 3 games are against Richmond, Essendon and GWS, meaning they're likely to beat Richmond and Essendon, which will then move them to my predicted ladder at 12, which is pick 7. And this is the most compromised draft of all time. Not knowing much about the draft, let's just say pick 7 turns into pick 12. Free agency, academies, father, son, and whatnot. How does this help St Kilda in any way, shape or form? So I always harp on about that North win against Gold Coast when they cost themselves Harley Reid and Larky kick 9. Do you reckon North fans are happy about that right now?
No.
Like, it's the same thing. Like, yes, last week's win against Melbourne will bring Saints fans everlasting joy, but it's only in the short term. Like, if you want to be if you want to have long-term success and be contending, what is sitting in mediocrity going to do? Like, this, getting pick 10, getting pick 7, like, it's not going to help. Like, I know they can't help it with the academies, but I just don't see it. Like, they should be tanking, realistically.
I mean,
like, I know
it's not really like what else
Ross
can they
Lyon
do? They're not
plays
really
a nice defensive game, and they're always kind of in the games, and they win ones when they shouldn't. But how are they going to make finals when they get pick 13 every year?
Yeah, no, I completely understand what you're saying, and yes,
like,
in
imagine
the long
if
term we're going to think about this, but like, what can they do? Like, you can't ask them not to have that comeback against Melbourne. You can't ask them to not beat North Melbourne. Like, they had their captain Jack Steele as sub. They can't really do much more.
Why was he sub?
Oh, they said management, but I reckon he's on the way out.
Jeez.
I think they need to do a harsher rebuild in the off-season. So forget about the on-field stuff. Off-field, trade Marshall whilst you can get some value for him. They should have traded Steele last year, well, when he was more valuable. Even King, if you traded him a year ago, you would have got so much more for him.
100%. Also, if they are planning on trading Steele, I don't think making him the sub is the best way to go about it, because it just lowers his value. If he's not fit, just don't play him. And if he is, then play him, and hopefully he racks it up and maintains. I don't even know. What would he be worth now? Like,
not a first round pick.
That's
at least 2 players. You said was he worth? So just put something out there.
Two players. Yeah, like who?
I don't know. Some AFL players.
Yeah, I don't know,
anyone.
but yeah, we look at footy week by week, but when you take into consideration the strategy of a club to get back to the top, this isn't going to help them.
Yeah.
I know it's a tough situation. It's easier said than done, but
You're also not allowed to tank. I mean, you can play.
I know, but
Young
I
players.
just can't believe North lost Harley Reid. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brodie?
Yeah. So not sure if Fox Footy is trying to be woke or professional here, but the banning of nicknames by their commentary group was a weird movement, and I believe they retracted it. They're no longer going.
It didn't last very long.
Yeah, it didn't last very long, which just makes it even more absurd and makes zero sense. I saw on Channel 7 that BT took the piss out of it by introducing everyone by their nicknames at the very start of the game, which is a pretty funny knock to it. But come on, what a joke! You know, it's
so unnecessary. Like, I just would love to understand why they wanted to do that. Like, professionalism. Like, I just don't get it.
like it's AFL greats. It's the fans know exactly who the people are. It's who we've referred to as, you know, Kingy for years. You know, our parents would have been calling him by that nickname. But I just, maybe it's the shift in the wokeness, or it's got to do with professionalism. But just cut it.
What if it was a
Time and
way
place.
for them to get more viewers? Like,
How?
get a bit of media attention, then everyone's like, I want to tune into Fox Footy, see
Any
Hutto
media
be
is
called
good.
Anthony.
Yeah, and then just go back to how it was before.
But like, I think if you're watching footy on a Saturday, it has to be Fox Footy anyway. So
Yes, true.
I don't think it does much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, let's forget about that.
Yeah. I'll take a leaf out of Dean's book with my Let's Not Be Silly. On the fixturing, specifically Thursday night footy, the results this year have been quite one-sided in Thursday night footy, and I believe I brought this up last year, and then Brodie, you broke the news that there was
good scoop.
Yep.
What was it?
Scoop
What was
one,
this?
that there was going to be Thursday night footy every week.
Yes.
And I was saying that I don't mind Thursday night footy, but I'm not sure it works every week, and I think it potentially causes the complications in the fixture. With Thursday night footy, you've got teams coming off 5-day breaks, 6-day breaks a lot, and potentially that's why we're seeing some of these one-sided games. And that also has a flow-on effect to the rest of the round where teams have to play on certain days because of these 5 days, 6-day break. You only have a certain amount of them, and they have to play at certain times, which causes overlapping games. I'm not exactly sure of that entirely, and I would love for the AFL to come out with an explanation as to why there are so many overlapping games. But with the Thursday night footy, like, I like it. I like when there's footy on Thursday night, but it almost feels like it's instant gratification. Like, I didn't deserve Thursday night footy. I feel like when there's just a Friday night game, it's like, yeah, you've earned that Friday night footy. When there's a Thursday, it's like, oh, it's too early in the week.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I deserve Thursday night footy yet.
I actually find it extremely inconvenient because of footy training. So if Collingwood's playing, then it makes it really difficult. And then with the neutral games, I get home half time, miss the first half. It's not like Friday night footy, and it's not like a weekend game as well. So
Yeah, I think definitely start the year with it.
yeah,
Like, those are great.
it's good for the first month or two.
Yeah. And then potentially have a break during the bye rounds so we can beef up the Saturdays.
There's something in the air on a Friday when your team's playing that night, whereas a Thursday night, nothing.
Even at 11:30 p.m.
Even at 11:30, like even that whole day, I was like, yeah, like Hawthorn's playing tonight. This Thursday we're playing Collingwood, and I agree with Chase. It's like we haven't. Well, wait on, just wait on. Like me personally don't enjoy my team playing on a Thursday night, but like Thursday night footy. But I agree they have diluted it a bit, and yeah, maybe let's take a step back.
Let the week of footy marinate a bit longer. Let the talking points just simmer around for, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday all of a sudden, you're into Thursday and the footy starts already. Let's wait on.
Yeah, we've all talked about even like taking a break for the solitary bye round during the season. Like, I think that's what the AFL don't see, is that a break could lead to more people being interested after the break.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a little break.
No, nothing wrong with a little break. Last question on the fixturing. Given that we're at the stage of footy round 21 and there's 9 teams out of contention, there were 9 teams out of contention a few weeks ago, the length of the season, do you think that needs to be shortened? Because
I do think it's too long. Yeah.
Because in the past I've been like, nah, keep it how it is. But I just feel like, there's some rounds of footy that I just get lost.
This is the midpoint that we're talking about. It makes it a bit boring, and then the hype builds up. But I do think, we've added 2 rounds in the past 2 years or 3 years. So I think it is too much, and we've spoken about the toll it takes on the players as well.
Yeah.
Get rid of
That's a
opening round.
change.
From the fans.
Get rid of opening round.
Not sure why they didn't really get many questions in when we had a lot last week at the airport. Sigs, is it the first time in a long time that anyone in the top 8 is a legitimate premiership chance? I'm not sure I agree with you that there are all legitimate premiership chances, but I mean, I guess you could say last year.
You can make a case for all of them, whereas some years I don't even think you can make a case.
Zach, AA Smokies, we're getting to that stage of the year where, the All-Australian team starts to get put together and the Brownlow.
Your boy Josh Worrell was very good against Hawthorn,
Yes.
as was Mark Keane.
Mark Keane, the Irishman.
I wouldn't call him
A Smoky?
Smokyville
No. Would you call Worrell?
Yeah, I think he's...
Like, how do you define... Like, Anderson's not a Smoky. He's a shoe-in, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, who's a Smoky?
Midfield's going to be, like it always is, quite tough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, guys like Matt Rowell, Hugh McCluggage, you'd think makes it this year.
One of the Sarong or Brayshaw, probably, but...
Yeah.
Probably.
I reckon they've both got to miss out, the Sarong Brayshaw duo. Like, who you got to start with Dacos, Anderson. Who? Dacos, Anderson.
Jordan
McCluggage?
Dawson, 100%.
I think McCluggage will be in the team.
Mm.
And who else have you got in terms of pure midfielders?
Bond, has he played enough games? No. Ed Richards, I think he should.
Yeah,
be.
Richards is sort of still in there.
Didn't you say he was the best player on the
Baz,
goal?
sorry, Bailey Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed Richards at 1.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he's been as good in the second half of the year.
I must say, Chase,
Yeah,
you
don't
you
forget.
didn't get close with your pre-season predictions.
I said
Yeah.
we'll go over that in another pod. But
Yeah, maybe soon, maybe a couple of weeks. We will. Any other smokies? Oh, I thought of one.
Any
recently.
forwards?
Well, Jamie Elliott, I think, will be in there.
You think?
Yep. Forwards. Yeah, I actually had him in the run sheet before and didn't mention him. Aaron Norton is a low key, which is like from nowhere.
Well, there's so much focus on putting your best defender on Darcy. It leaves Norton.
But like he could easily kick another 5 against Melbourne this week and be second in the Coleman, and then conversations may need to be had, which is crazy. Like, who would have put Norton in their All Australian team 5 weeks ago?
I'd put Luke Jackson as a smoky.
Well, what about the rucks? Like,
Gone.
I think it's going to be Grundy.
Cherry's had such a good
Grundy's-
season, though.
Nah, I'm not with Cherry. I think it's going on
Grundy's
Grundy
been
or
better,
both.
yeah.
I think Gorn's probably more consistent. Although Grundy's past 10 weeks have been crazy, like ridiculous.
39
I think they'll
touches on the
both make
weekend.
it. I think they'll both. Yeah, I think that Grundy will
Unheard of.
both make it. I think this has been one of Gorn's better seasons, so it'd be if Grundy knocked him off, that'd be pretty impressive. Anyone else that we're forgetting? We definitely are.
If they want to
Does
pick
Cal
Willman,
Wilkie
do they
make
pick
it?
Willman?
Does Cal Wilkie make it? I feel like he's just always in everyone's team, and he's like a great player, but like, is he really gonna make it? I would you got Harris Andrews in there, Sam Taylor. I'm not sure. I don't know. The key backs is always a difficult one.
Yeah,
to
I don't
measure.
know. The key backs, they always talk about it like a few days before and everyone rides
sure.
that one
Yeah.
back as if they've had a great season, but you don't talk about them all year.
It's hard to measure the key backs. That's why.
Yeah.
Any other smokies? John Noble from Gold Coast. I think off half back could be in there.
Let's move on. We
Yeah,
can do an All-Australian team
alright.
before it comes out.
Yeah, sure. Sam, how many Essendon debutants make the 2026-22 when the injured players return? So there's 14 of them, with Newen being the 14th, which is ridiculous. And it was one of my Let's Not Be Sillies a couple of weeks ago.
Do you have the list of them in front of you?
I
Probably
don't have them in front of me.
Brodie's man, Kako.
What about him?
Does he make the Essendon team next year when they're all healthy?
He's played majority this year.
Yeah, like he was
at the-
playing
he was
round
playing at the
one,
start of
so
the
you'd
season,
assume.
so yeah.
All right. Well, this is when they were 12 when Oscar Smart debuted. So, I don't even have the list in front of me. I think Kako makes it. One who debuted early in the season, who I really liked, was Tom Edwards.
Yes, did his ACL,
Yeah.
the high school teacher.
Yes, I thought he was going to be good, and that's about it. Maybe Angus Clark, but
May showed a bit with those 3 goals in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Against Gold Coast.
yeah, but none of them really scream like they're going to be that good.
Yeah,
those
because they're
players.
playing not because of their level, because they have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a good question. Dean, you've been looking forward to having a look at the tipping. You've reminded me every week to put on the story.
A lot of reminders.
And that's
I have.
because in the past month, Dean
Past
has-
month, I've moved up 43 spots.
Have
in
some
the
expression, bro.
Yeah.
Have
Top.
some
No, I was
expression.
just
Is that not
calculating.
44?
44. Yeah. See, Brodie threw me off.
No.
From 75th.
You said 43 before Brodie
No.
made a comment. So.
Nah, yeah, but he was on to me. From 75th 4 weeks ago, I'm now at 31st in the overall comp. This tends to happen to me most years. I tip well in the second half of the year. If only I was average in the first half of the year, but I think a lot of people are starting to get high numbers in tipping. It's just that one game each week where you really got to get it right. Chase, you're still at 78.
Yeah, 78. Well, I have moved up despite getting one last week because I forgot
Who
to tip.
who won this round?
Yeah, so this round, and he's the overall leader, Asher Green.
Wow, new leader.
Well, so we got Asher Green, Rowan Traub, and Heath Class, who got 9 out of 9 this week.
Dad again.
Where's Dad?
Fourth.
Fourth. 8.
Yeah, he's had a good run home.
I think he's in the top 5. Oh, he's not. Oh, sorry. I was on the round. Noah Matner's still first on 136. Nadav at 135. Giddy Banky 134. Giddy Swatlow 134.
The Giddies.
And Jake Robel rounds up the top 5 with
Who?
134.
Oh, the big footy guy.
Yeah.
Oh, very funny story. So I was on a Flying Fox camp and someone comes up to me and they're like, "Oh, how did you get that North guy to come on your podcast?" And I'm like, "Harry?" And they're like, no, like the North super fan.
I got someone with it. There you go.
Nah, people believe things. Like, people
like,
You
yeah.
gotta sometimes...
To be fair, his ball knowledge was like, how do you know this shit? So
But like he
gotta
doesn't
give it to
look.
him.
Yeah, like,
Oh, he had face paint on.
yeah,
him,
but do you reckon we just like
That's-
picked him up off the street
Yeah.
and said, "Come
It's
to the hour."
believable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's believable.
Yeah. That top 5 has been the top 5 for a while. Sonny Allergem sneaking in at 6th. Watch out.
Tipping from Europe.
But Noel Manor has kept a lead of 1
Yeah,
for a
it's
long
very
time.
impressive. You know he'd love that Harry jersey. He'd probably sleep in it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he probably would. It's
crazy.
He probably would. If Jake wins, I'm not sure. Oh, no, he spoke about this actually when we were away. But I forgot what he said, what he wants if he wins.
Not the Harry jersey?
Oh, I don't remember.
Wardlaw?
I don't know.
Still can't believe Schuster didn't want the signature.
Yeah, well, didn't want any ink on it. Let's look at the round. Bit of an internal.
He didn't bring it with him either. Yeah.
I've never seen him wear it.
Yeah, I've
You
never
guys-
seen him wear it since I gave it to him. Like when he tried it on, never seen him
It
wear
looks so weird on him.
Yeah.
I can just imagine.
At the North game, they had these Harry scarves. Like,
Really?
looked a bit weird. Did Miller not show
Did you get one?
No?
No, but like, Harry was the only player they were selling. Like, his whole body is like on a scarf.
I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
it's good.
It's like a bit weird.
I'm sure he's got a few at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Clinton Young Cup this Thursday night.
Yes.
Get around it.
Get around it.
Tom Mitchell as well.
I always remember Hawthorn Collingwood as the Fitzpatrick goal when they went together, Brodie.
Yeah.
Yep. Fitzpatrick goal.
Is that after you beat us in the grand final as well at basketball? Was that Kai?
I remember that. 2016, that game was. Who else?
The Ruckman?
Sam Murray. No.
No, I don't think so. I was Sydney.
Sam.
Who was the Ruckman that you guys had recently? You went to Geelong as well.
Oh, Jonathan Segler.
Segler, if you will.
Segler.
Did he play?
Segler. Yeah.
I don't know if
I
he
don't
played
think
a
he
game
didn't
for
play for
Collingwood.
Collingwood.
There's like definitely heaps more here.
Dermot Brereton.
Yeah. It's a big game. Hawthorn playing for top 8 stakes. Collingwood to stay in the top 4. I think Will Day's a big loss, but the way Hawthorn win is the Brisbane blueprint, which is creating a real territory and stoppage game. It's where Collingwood are vulnerable, but do they even have the assets? You know, with no Will Day, James Warple seems to be checked out. This is time for Newcomb to step up. You know, he's being very quiet the last few weeks, John Newcomb, and even though I am playing against him in fantasy, this is the week that John Newcomb needs to take the Thursday night stage and let the Collingwood.
Yeah, I'm going Hawthorn.
no.
I think we've actually been playing pretty well. We just haven't managed to get the job done, and it's all or nothing, and we have a good record against them in the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Played well against us last time.
Not this year, but before then.
I'm going to back my boys in. Pies to bounce back.
Sure, I'll tip Collingwood.
The next few shouldn't have as much
One more
deliberation.
cup. Retired from concussion.
Oh, Max Lynch.
Max Lynch.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, so this is the issue with the rest of the round. It just gets a bit boring the next 2 games. Geelong, Essendon. I guess the tip can be how many goals does Jeremy Cameron kick this week?
Stuart Cramery Cup.
Yep, and you got Paul Chapman as well.
Tom Bellchamber. No, I do that every time.
Tom Bellchambers, why?
I don't know.
I can maybe see where you were going with Tom Bellchambers, but not exactly sure what you're trying to do.
Yeah, what?
Sure.
Cameron 7.
I'll go 8.
Yeah, I'm going to go 8. And Geelong to win.
Geelong.
And Geelong. No, Essendon to win. Richmond, St Kilda. Jack Higgins Cup.
Dan Butler.
Yes.
What's his name?
I was gonna say Matt Parker.
Yeah, Matt Parker.
MP400.
MP4.
Yeah.
Wait, did he play for Richmond?
Yes.
Yes.
He did. Mid-season, I believe. St Kilda, Richmond.
St Kilda could lose this knowing them.
No, Saints.
Geez, Saints are an easy fixture.
Did you not listen to
I
my...
know. I'm just
Yeah, Saints.
looking at it now.
Brisbane v
Materializing it.
Sydney.
I'll go St Kilda in that game. Brisbane, Sydney, here we go. Bit of a game.
Louis Taylor.
Yep. Louis Taylor, get in there.
Jared Lyons.
No.
Not quite. Brisbane, Sydney, in at the Gabba. You'd think Brisbane win. You'd think.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Brisbane. Carlton, Gold Coast.
Goz.
The 4 goal in 3 minutes, Jack Martin. And
Daniel Gorringe.
Daniel Gorringe, of course. The
Matt Shaw.
Matt Shaw was good. They had a pick 4.
Jared
what is it?
Garlett.
Jared Garlett, yeah. Gee, what a bust. How does someone
Who
like
you
that go
tipping?
pick 4? Oh, Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Gold
100%.
Coast.
Port v Freo.
Cam Sutcliffe.
Yeah.
Daniel Pearce or Clancy.
No, Daniel. Just Daniel.
Daniel should have stuck with it.
Yep. Clancy. Oh, Port Rio. In Port, bit of a rematch game for round 24 last year. Jordan Sweet Dagger.
Wow, yeah.
I'm going to go Freo, though.
Yeah,
Freo have to win.
Freo.
If Freo don't win
I'm gonna go
this,
Freo.
then give up on them. Giants North.
Paul Ahern.
Aiden Core.
Aiden Coy, yeah.
Adam Tomlinson. No, he's playing at their VFL at the moment. But Giants by a lot, I reckon.
Sweet, that'd be fun.
Some of these games really don't get you very excited.
Giants.
Giants.
Melbourne v Dogs. James Harms.
Yeah,
Mitch-
Shaki, Hunter,
Mitch Hannon.
Hannon,
Yes.
Daniel Cross. There's definitely more, but that's okay. That's okay. Stephen Martin as well.
Tipping Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bulldogs.
West Coast v Adelaide.
Jeez. Is this the Titans thing?
Yeah, it
No,
is.
I don't think it is.
It is. It is.
Yep.
It is.
West Coast Adelaide. Adelaide by a lot. Jeez.
Yeah, Adelaide by a lot.
That Sunday is an absolute graveyard shift, Brodie. I hope you're working.
Yep.
Sorry for the solemn end to the podcast, but those games are not getting me very excited. Good to be back on the airways nonetheless. And
if you hear by the end, should we give them a little something?
oh yeah, here by the end, believe we do have the 4-year podcast next week, and if you following every year, you'll know that Harry comes on for the special episode. So I believe Harry will be making an appearance next week. So send in any questions if you've got.
We'll do a little something, like questions. Or
Yeah, we'll put it out. If you've got any questions for him, obviously being another tough year for the North, so go easy. But looking forward to it. Looking forward to Harry. I think he's
looking forward to us.
Yes, he is. So we'll see you next week. Thank you,
Catch up.
boys.
Peace.
Peace.